Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? Christoph Chu this morning, and it's Friday morning, about 10:30, and I'm heading off to some appointments, my second appointment of the day. I just wanted to first of all thank all of you so much for your generous financial support and your generous personal support of me and my sleep out in Hollywood last night for Covenant House, California, and homeless youth in Los Angeles, and helping to get them off the streets and help them achieve their goals in life. It was another wonderful experience. I'm so glad I did it, and I can't wait to do it next year. And if any of you want to join me next year, I think next year I'm going to try to have as many of my friends come join as well. They can also fundraise and make it more fun. We did have over 150 people there last night, of which 101 slept out. And even though it was a nice warm evening, around 2 o'clock in the morning it started to rain. And we slept in the rain. I had my cardboard box, my sleeping bag, and I never really understood the value of a cardboard box until it started raining. Luckily it was not a heavy rain, because it would have been a big problem, but it was a light rain from 2 a.m. till I left early this morning. And thank God for that cardboard box, although it was wilted and soggy. It did protect me from the rain. I did get a little bit wet and it was cold, but at least I survived it and I made it. And thanks to all of your support, I've raised so far almost $9,000 personally to help homeless youth. And essentially what Covenant House does is we have vans that go out in the street, or we have a shelter that's open 24 hours a day in Hollywood and one in Oakland. And anybody who's having issues, they come in and we see if we can help find them a place to stay at Covenant House. They have counseling. They help get job training. We help them get jobs, life skills. You know, one of the greatest parts of the event yesterday is that we get to sit down and talk to current residents of Covenant House and also past graduates, which is wonderful. And it's a very open discussion where they share their stories, and we get to ask questions. And I always ask lots of questions to find out how they got to where they are, how they came to Covenant House, what we do for them, what we can do better for them. And kind of a common thread is most of these youth that were emancipated from the foster care system, kicked out of their homes for various reasons, foster care, I guess at 18, some of these families, one young man, it was heartbreaking, from when he was very young, was part of a foster care family. He was one of the family, and he was loved by everyone, he thought. But when he turned 18, he came home and there was a yellow note on his door saying, "You got to get out." And I was shocked, because how can you have someone as part of your family and then kick them out? And one of the other board members said that in the foster care system, once they turn 18, the foster family no longer gets any money to, I guess they get money, they get paid money by the government to foster these youth. So anyways, that was a really sad and hurtful story, because it just like being part of a family, and then just one day you turn 18, you get kicked out, and there's nothing left. Gosh, I can't even imagine what that must do to your psyche and your soul. And a lot of these youth go through major depression when they are homeless and they come here. I mean, this young lady, Angel, last night, who sat next to me for about an hour, she was so lovely, and she's, I think, 19 now, and she came here when she was 17 from North Carolina, from a little small town in the Smoky Mountains, she said. And she said there's nothing there. There's one Walmart, there's no other stores, and there's no way to do anything other than work in Walmart for the rest of your life. And she came here, and she was by herself for months and months and months and months, living on the streets of Hollywood and the Valley, sleeping on the cement with one outfit and no one to support her. I mean, absolutely no one to support her. Another great thing these kids are getting from Covenant House is what they told me is love. They said the counselors, the people there really care, they give love. And one of the guest donors that was there asked about, well, do you meet them once a week? And the requirement is once a week to meet with your counselor. However, what they shared was that anytime they needed to talk to them, they could. And sometimes they'd call them and go see them 4 times in a day. And one of the girls that was in the foster care system, kicked out, and then was in juvie. I didn't even know what juvie was, but I guess juvenile is like a prison for young people. She thought that that would be the rest of her life forever. And then she finally got out. She went to Covenant House, and she said that when she'd be sad or depressed or upset or angry, which there's a lot of anger with these young people, she would go sit down with her counselor, and she would leave energized and happy, and with a structure and a plan and a goal to move forward. Look, we all have issues in life and problems that face us, every single one of us, even myself. And yet, the quicker we can notice those problems, handle them or put them aside and move forward, that's one of the keys to success in life. And that's something that these kids are learning, is tools and life skills. And most of them, the running thread is they never were taught life skills. They may have had parents that worked, some of them had parents that worked 2 or 3 jobs, so they were never ever home. So basically, even though they had a home, they had nobody to support them because mom was working 3 jobs and there was no dad in the family, and all they had was their older sister or maybe their grandmother occasionally that would be part of their life, but there was just no support, and nobody in schools or none of the adults around them were able to give that to them. So it's really very heartwarming to meet these young people and how grateful they are to Covenant House. And one thing that's really important I wanted to share is about the money. With the donations you guys made last night, and so far I think as of last night we're at 450 or 460,000 just from our sleep out last night. But 100% of every dollar you guys have donated or hopefully will donate goes directly to supporting these youth and services. The entire event last night was sponsored. The pizza we ate, the salads, the sodas, everything was completely, the sleeping bags, the cardboard boxes, everything was donated. All of the members that came to support it, we donated our time, our money, our friends donated money. So every dollar, and many charities don't do this, but every dollar that is raised from last night and that you guys are donating will go directly to helping these kids. And our goal is 600 and some thousand, which I really think we're going to meet. That's going to really help get a lot of youth off the streets, get them into job placement, get them counseling, medical care, and eventually help them get an apartment. And this one lady last night, she was so excited and so proud that she has her apartment now. She's still part of Covenant House in the structure, but she has her own off-site apartment. She has a job, and she's going to welding school. And she was just so beamingly proud of what she's accomplished. And she said 2 years ago, she thought she would never make it past 23. Because of, you know, being in juvenile hall and living on the street. She came from the MacArthur Park area of LA. It's a very kind of rough area near downtown. And she just said, you know, when I was young, I didn't know good from bad. My life was nothing but bad, but that's all I knew. And when she came to Covenant House, she realized what good was. And that just really hit me, because I've been very blessed. I mean, I know I've had the support I wanted as a young person from my family, but I had a home. My parents cared about me. They fed me, they clothed me, they took time with me, took us on vacations. I mean, we never lacked for anything. We weren't rich, but we never lacked for anything. I always kind of got what I wanted. But these kids just never had anything anywhere near that. And so finally, when they do come to Covenant House, they have a place that cares, a place that loves them, and a place that supports them in their goals. And one of the counselors said, we're here to help them at the place that they're at, because you never know where these youth are coming from, what they've dealt with, whether it's physical abuse, sexual abuse, I mean, you can't even imagine all the different stories I've heard over the last 10 years being involved with Covenant House. But wherever they're coming from, whatever place they're in, the Covenant House is coming from a place of non-judgment, just there to support, nurture, and help them build and flourish on their dreams, and help show them a way and a path and a structure to get there. And one of the girls said at first she just couldn't quite figure out, or couldn't quite deal with the structure. I mean, these kids, it's so interesting. They never know about having to wake up at a certain time, to go to a job, or to go to school, or to eat at a certain, there was no structure in their lives, none whatsoever. It's just kind of whatever. And how does this one girl, Angel, she kind of was raising herself since she was 8 years old. How does an 8-year-old possibly know how to structure a life? It's impossible. I mean, I'm almost 50 and it's hard for me. I have to have coaches like Tom Ferry and Arian Curran who coach me every week on keeping myself in a structure and moving forward and letting go of negativity and the bad things that may happen, and just keep moving on forward towards what I want and setting my intentions, which is basically what Covenant House is like. Life coaching for youth that are homeless. That's a great way of, and it is a home, it's love, it's life coaching, it's medical care, it's food, it's a real home for them. And that's what they said, that Covenant House is their home and family. And many of these ex-residents that are graduates, we call them, several of them were there last night. They came to sing and perform, which was all donated by their time, because they want to give back to the place that helped them you know, do something in life, which is amazing. And so just very inspirational. And I wish I could have done more videos of the whole evening to share with you. But I think you guys got a good taste of what I dealt with last night, and it was really amazing, and I can't wait for next year. And any of you that are interested in participating next year physically, meaning coming to the Sleep Out, it's usually a week or so before Thanksgiving. I'd love to have some friends with me there at night, because I couldn't sleep. I maybe slept a few minutes here or there, but it'd be nice to have some friends with me and hang out and talk and have our own little Covenant House family. So anybody wants to do it next year, send me a private message and I'll put you on my list, and then I'll reach out to you next year to do that. And next Tuesday night is one of my favorite parts of my involvement with Covenant House. It's our Thanksgiving dinner, where we serve Thanksgiving dinner to all the youth at Covenant House and their families, and just even if they're not living in our shelter, we also you know, let the ones just come off the street to have dinner. And I think we serve about 300 Thanksgiving dinners, and actually the food is really good. That'll be my Thanksgiving dinner next Tuesday night at Covenant House, which I've had before. And one last thing that we're very excited about, Covenant House recently just acquired an apartment building. It's going to save us money as an organization, and instead of paying rent to these places, because once the kids move out of Covenant House shelter, they go into shared apartments. Like, we'll rent an apartment for 4 or 5 youth. They have jobs, and they all have to split the bills and learn how to live together and pay rent and pay utilities and all that, and, you know, live together. And so we now have an apartment building that I think houses 35 youth that we own. So we're going to save a lot of money from, instead of paying rent, we're putting it back in our pockets, and with the low mortgage interest rates. And we're starting a new capital campaign to raise $10 million to buy more of those. Because, you know, buying those properties helps us service the kids better, gives them a better environment, because we can control the environment, have the proper security and the proper cleanliness and all the things that we want them to experience to be happy, productive young people in life. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. I think I covered it. God, I thought I was talking for 27 minutes. And I'm driving from Beverly Hills to Silver Lake for an inspection on a new escrow. And so I thought, well, maybe I've been driving for 27 minutes. So anyways, thank you all again for your love, your support of me, the cause, your financial support. And even if you can't support financially and you're just supporting it mentally, that energy is out there in the universe, and I know these kids will feel it and it will make a difference. And all of you make a difference to me in my life and for those around me. I think that's part of the wonderful energy of the universe and the world. We all can just do our part, whatever that is, to help better our world and give out love, light, kindness, goodness to each and every person we meet, and we touch. I'm touching you all with my love and good energy, and even though I'm really exhausted, I went to my chiropractor this morning, went home, took a shower, went to work, did a lot of paperwork, got another new listing online today, going to inspections. I'm going to try to take off a little bit early, go home, get a massage, and probably crash at around 7 o'clock at night tonight. I'm tired, and my back is tired. So anyways, thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you all, and have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. And again, thanks for just listening, watching, and being supportive. I appreciate that. And take care. See you later.